Mm, Stuff gets recruited, and this company of yours certainly sounds to have some promise, but its duties appear less than focused. I must refuse your invitation until such time as your organization is more organized. You would offer this old man a place in your company of champions. I am both puzzled and honored by your invitation. Pray forgive me, young master, but I cannot accept. I have sworn to abide here for whatever scant years remain to me, and bear responsibility for the evils my lady has brought upon these lands. Grandfather, you must call it a day. Let us return to the guild and rest. Here your tormented back gives you up on you for good. I'm terribly sorry. We were just... Oh, Joseph, isn't it? It has been some time since our paths crossed outside of Copperbell Mines. Why, you were barely more than a novice adventurer then, but... Hello?
Tell me, General, what think you of Alfino's bold endeavor?
I think it is more than bold, Your Grace. His organization would pave the way for a united Eorzea. Well do I understand his impatience, since facing the common threat of the Ultima weapon, our nations have seemed farther apart, not closer together. Considering the many problems we face, should we not be glad that someone else is taking the initiative?
We have all pledged our cooperation, yet the grumbling continues behind closed doors. Ul'dah is not alone in her duplicity. I myself have doubts as to the good this organization will achieve. With the inclusion of the finest soldiers of the 3 grand companies, it promises to be a fearsome military body. But whom will it serve? Even under the watchful gaze of the Scions, it is not unthinkable that such a force could perpetrate a great wrong. Does it not concern you that a significant proportion of its financial backing came from the coffers of the Syndicate? That those unprincipled worms might forge this extraordinary gathering of warriors into a private army?
I have trust in the Scions, Your Grace. They have spared us no end of trouble at the hands of the Primals. If they seek reinforcements, I deem it unwise to deny them. As for their finances, full many gave generously. And though our nobles proffered a sizable sum, their coin did not spill from the pockets of Lolorito and his cronies. And what of the presence of our stalwart adventurer friend in this endeavor? I doubt the Warrior of Light would betray our cause.
Yes, there is that, I suppose. Yet I have known people to change. Whether we will or no, the events of the age hurl us this way and that, like a dust devil skipping across the sands. Cannot be done about Telechi?
I have explored all avenues available to us, Your Grace. But as Ul'dah law now stands, we lack the evidence to convict him of any crime. To arrest him on spurious grounds would only play into his hands.
He has all but committed treason, and yet we can do nothing? Then what good our government? What worth the royal house? How deplorable this mockery of justice!
Have faith, Your Grace. It is not over.
Heretical harassment. Greetings, Joseph. Alfino tells me he always in place to begin his trial company. The Science shall certainly be grateful to have the support of such an organization. The inaugural ceremony is set to take place here at the Rising Stones. Dr. is cooperating with Alfinot to see that all is in readiness. So I'm afraid the recruits themselves have been left to their own devices for the time being. Quite a number of new faces have arrived at the Revenant stall of late, and I wonder if Stealthborn might not find himself overwhelmed. Would you speak with him and see if there is of he requires? What can I do for you, Joseph? I thought you'd have your hands full helping out with this new arm of the Science. Huh, I barely noticed your recruits arrive. It was barely a tickle compared to the flood of treasure hunters we have passed through here every day. While I appreciate your offer of aid, it is more your burden that concerns me. I'm told this trial company will answer directly to the antecedent, so I trust that means less work for you in the long run. Stealthborn, the shipment, we couldn't... Gods, woman, what befell? We... we were bringing a shipment of to Revenant Stall, provisions embarked for the frontier effort. But just as we sought to cross over into Mordona, we were set upon by brigands. I believe... I believe they may have been heretics. There were many, too many. We only escaped with our lives by abandoning the supplies. Pray forgive us. There is not to forgive. Provisions can be replaced, but smart soldiers are hard to find. Take your rest and I'll have someone along to tend to those wounds. What to do? If heretics are involved, then this is like to be more than a case of simple thievery. Ishgard will need to be informed. Where did these supplies originate? House for Temps. We collected the provisions from Camp Dragonhead proper. Understood. I shall see that they are ace of this development. Joseph, were you not on good terms with the Knights of House for Temps? I will be sending them a missive immediately, of course, but I would also have you travel there and offer your considerable talents. Yes, I realize I contradict my earlier hopes to lighten your loads, but I need someone who can help bring this incident to a satisfactory conclusion. Our favorable relations with Ishgard are far too important to risk half measures. Thank you for your understanding. I'm certain Lord Arshafant will be glad of your assistance. He will be. Well, if it isn't my fine friend Joseph, would you care for a plate of roast akaru? No, karaku, some mullen wine? No? I see you have not come into my hall merely to escape the biting cold. I was in fact on the verge of opening an urgent missive for Revenant stall, and I suspect the timing of your arrival is no coincidence. When the cold sets in.
The incident with the new frontier hands? No, you need not elaborate. I have been following their progress with no small amount of interest. Brave men and women all. They do our nation a great service. The existence of a fortified outpost in Mordona will do much to dissuade the Empire from trespassing on Kurth's soil. Right glad am I that you have chosen to lend your support to this endeavor. Never let it be said that House Forton does not acknowledge the efforts of her allies, or her debts. 'Twas in the spirit of gratitude that I arranged for sundry supplies to be delivered to Revenant's Toll. That the shipment should chance to be waylaid by heretics is poor fortune indeed. Poor fortune, I say, yet not without precedent. If you would know the truth of it, these incorrigible villains grow more organized with each passing day. This new unity of purpose we attribute to their leader, the Lady Iceheart. But though I have devoted significant resources to the task of identifying this woman, we have yet to learn so much as her birth name. What we do know is that the heretics speak of Iceheart in reverent tones, and would gladly embrace death rather than betray her. Such loyalty is rare indeed, and I fear to imagine what so committed a collective might achieve. The brigands have not yet been so brazen as to risk direct confrontation here in Dragonhead. Some few of their number have, however, been sighted not far to the west of here, and with ever-increasing regularity. A visit to Whitebrim Front may bring you the answers you seek. Will you brave the snows, knowing what implacable foes may lie in wait? Hallone's blessings be upon you! Though I take no pride in the admission, many of mine own countrymen are not so well suited as you adventurers to dealing with such foes. Were they dragons, it might be otherwise. But truly, I could not wish for a finer ally. You have done much for my house in the past, and I have no doubt but that I shall have cause to celebrate your deeds again ere long. Should you learn aught of value, pray return to me forthwith. A warm hearth and a warmer welcome shall be waiting for you.
Joseph, is that what you would ask of me? Pray speak plainly. I am a man of action and need no unnamed words. On the trail of a band of thieving heretics, you say. By the Fury, but you do seem destined to cross paths with those villains. I must confess then, 'tis a sad truth that the wilds hereabouts have indeed grown thick with their number. They strike swiftly, without warning, and are canny enough to invade our most stable trackers. But 'tis not merely their newfound organization that confounds us. The heretics themselves seem somehow changed. I know not what matter of influence this Iceheart wields, but the man we face seem to utterly lost in the grip of righteous fervor. 'Tis an unsettling and unnatural zeal. Perhaps you would care to question one of their recent victims. As fate would have it, your rival moments after a trader was waylaid on the road. A patrol found on the unfortunate fellow lying senseless in the snow and carried him to our infirmary. Assuming he has regained the use of his faculties, the merchant might recall some small detail that could aid you in your task. Tell you what happened? Why, yes, of course. I'm quite recovered enough for that. Anything to help catch those cowardly Blackhearts. I was traveling my usual route to White Brim Front when a sudden blow sent me reeling. The next thing I knew, I was on the ground and several heretics were rifling through my cargo. Arms, armor, crystals, they were taking everything. It was then that one of them noticed my Bravely gaze and stalked over to better acquaint my head with his mace. Before darkness claimed me, however, I distinctly heard the words "Return to Snowcloak." I dare say that is where they were hauling my goods, but you'll not catch me rushing off in pursuit. They tell me it was a miracle I survived at all, and I'll not trust my thick skull to save me a second time. Gah! Draw your weapon, Wait, I recognize you, adventurer. You are seeking heretics. Then we share a common purpose. We were on patrol when we chased across one of their raiding parties and pursued them here. By rights, we should have had them cornered in this ravine, and yet they are gone, vanished like icy waves. Ó, pegada no Ness. Joseph, it appears I owe you my thanks once again. The surviving knights spread no detail in their report. The men you found out near Snowcloak were some... the Finest, they should be bested so handily. I fear I have fully underestimated the threat these heretics pose. While I understand you might balk at the notion, I must ask that you put aside your mission and consider the stolen provision lost to us for now. It would be ill-advised to blunder unprepared into that what may well be the very lair of our enemy. Pray return to Dragon Head and inform Lord Hoshafont of your discoveries. He will wish to plan contingencies of his own. As for Ice Heart and their fanatics, the freezing heights of Snowcloak will not shield them from our justice for long.
Your return is most timely. Of their own accord, my thoughts had turned to your task and the progress thereof. I confess, my imaginings tended toward the grim and bloody. But you are here now, and I suspect such frivolous wonderings do little justice to the reality of your travails. Tell me, what did you learn of Iceheart? Indeed, and this transpired at Snowcloak? Of all the highlands, that towering wall has borne the worst of the region's brutal shift in climate. So inhospitable has Snowcloak become that we have still to survey the area in its entirety. Could its frozen heights conceal the heretics' hideaway? Mayhap a more robust reconnaissance effort is in order.
Não é hoje. É de 10. Mas no set o coisa não, o Zé também não faz.
Putting such considerations aside for the moment, we still know far too little of this Iceheart. That she is capable of commanding such a band of fanatics bespeaks natural authority, and no small measure of charisma. As much as I would like to fathom this mystery with you, the situation has grown beyond my personal purview. I am bound by duty to inform the Temple Knights and request that they bring this matter to its conclusion. Given the glowing reports the new commander has garnered thus far, I am certain that they can be relied upon to take appropriate action. Though Iceheart's true identity yet eludes us, you have provided us with a point from which to begin. Sometimes it takes but a single stone to prompt an avalanche. On the matter of the stolen provisions, I have already made arrangements for a second shipment to be sent to Revenant's Toll. I could not well allow such an honorable venture to be undermined by one miserable setback.
Joseph, it is good to see you return to the toll. How fared you in the frozen waste of Pertias? Housefort attempts to send us a second shipment. I must send thanks to Lord Hoshafont for his continued generosity. Yet even as our town grows in prosperity, I feel it will attract even greater numbers of those who would do us harm in the name of greed or power. All of us, Alphinaud's new recruits included, must remain vigilant against such threats.
É assim, nem por isso. Mas, estava a ver as coisas. Se faltava algo certo, a gente chama da algareira. Eu já tinha visto várias vezes um bocadinho de filme que ela fez depois da animação, mas não sabia que ela era assim tão conhecida, o trabalho dela era assim tão. É verdade.
Eu gosto. É bonito, mas é triste. Brave new companions. While we were away in Corpheus, preparations for the inaugural ceremony were all but completed, although Tataru does yet seem somewhat flustered. I've taken enough of your time. Why don't you head into the Rising Stones and see if your frantic receptionist could do with a hand? These parchments need to be stored, and these documents, why are they even here? Oh, I am sorely tempted to file the lot in my Wade's paper basket. Ah, Joseph, you startled me. You wish to lend a hand? Splendid. Would you be a dear and hand these uniforms to the new recruits? They're scattered about Revenants all, and I haven't the time to track them all down. The recruits know to don their garb immediately and assemble here in the Rising Stones. You'll want to report directly back to Alphinaud if you don't wish to miss the ceremony. I wonder if the Saints will ever have matching uniforms. A well-funded organization is a well-dressed organization, I suppose. Those who believe this company will see no riches are short-sighted fools. The giving of oneself is the investment in the future. Thus did I sign my name to the cause. These uniforms were a splendid idea. Once our organization has made a name for itself, there shall be wealth aplenty in selling replica costumes to the adoring masses. I thought it best mimic my fellows here, but I admit that I have no idea what we're supposed to be doing. Ah, our new uniforms. I am reminded of my induction into the Wood Dwellers. Isildur has at last retired from the adventurous life. Though I shall miss his wisdom and irrepressible spirit, I am excited to forge my own path forward. Ah, yes, the uniform. Thank you. Truth be told, the thought of pledging myself to such a lofty organization is somewhat intimidating. Hello there, lad. Looking for me, was ya? I'd suggest giving a whistle, but I'm not sure I'd hear it amongst all the bustle. Oh, proper uniforms and all. This thing will cut off the blood to me head. Not to worry, though. I'm sure she'll be fine after making a few adjustments. Vita Halamigu could learn much from Ravned's toll, that this town can be so alive in the midst of such desolation. I've never wore off quite so voluminous. Well, I'm sure I'll grow accustomed to the extra cloth in time. Joseph Holmes! Gods, I did not expect to meet you strolling about town. The tales of your primal battles were that it inspired me to come to Ravned's toll. It is an honor to receive this uniform from your hands. I shall wear it with pride. This scarlet garb marks me as a proud member of the Maelstrom and a hearty defender of Lim Solomisa, yet in truth... I stand for the battlement of the realm and thought this new company a fine opportunity to contribute on a grander scale. Oh, now that's a striking ink shade of blue. Put alongside my Maelstrom uniform, my wardrobe will certainly not lack of color. I don't believe we've met. I am Hilbert and I will... Ah, Hilbert! Hey, this guy. Ela aqui parece um gajo tranquilo, que é só mais um que se vai juntar à nossa equipa. Este gajo é o principal que depois mata a rainha. I don't believe we've met. I'm Milbert, and I will have the honor of leading my fellow recruits as captain. Much did I lose to the calamity, and I look forward to aiding others in rebuilding their lives. The uniforms are a shrewd decision. There is no easier method of creating a common bond on what is essentially a band of strangers. Basically. Yes, Joseph? That room mentioned you were heading out the new uniforms. I assume you're now met the rest of the recruits? Some few answered to call to arms I put forth through the established grand companies and such. We are not yet an army, but there is much a small corps of elite warriors can achieve. Did I mention I'd thought of a name for the company? It is my hope that it shall soon be known across the breadth of Eorzea. The moment of truth draws near, Joseph. Once the last of the recruits have gathered, I shall make the official announcement.
Mais uma vez, no coisa, os casacos, a rapariga mostrou uma fotografia. Mostrou uma fotografia já com tudo embalado.
Comrades, your presence here this day signifies the momentous choice that each of you has made. With your strength now pledged to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are beholden to no single nation. You stand as the vanguard for a united Eorzea. From this moment forth, I declare you crystal braves. Let us mend this fractured realm and face our enemies as one.
É que vai ser tudo produtivo onde se veio. É tipo.
Whether it be the beastmen and their primals, or the conflict in Carteneau, it is plain that the nations of Eorzea cannot solve the problems which plague the realm. Thus does it fall to some few heroic souls to succeed where they have failed. Come, take your place at the Scion's side as guardians of Eorzea, and together we shall fight for the freedom of all! For the freedom of all!
Por acaso parecia. Não, é que é for the freedom of all. For the freedom of all, Mr. Alphinote.
A rousing speech, Alphino. Or should I say, Crystal Brave Commander Leveilleur?
Leviu.
Please, Antecedent. The title is honorary. I shall not be leading the troops into battle, as it were. We are of the same purpose. Let us join hands and do what must be done to save this land.
The Scions stand ready.
Post-credit, quer dizer, não, a missão ainda não acabou. Por isso não é post-credits ainda.
I'm eager to see what the Crystal Braves might accomplish. This shall prove an interesting time indeed for the Scions. Yes, I'm listening. So our worst fears are confirmed. The entire Isle. Such power defies comprehension. Truly? Kryl is alive? Thank the 12. I see. Pray, inform me if her condition changes. Yes, I shall pass on your words to Urianger. My thanks. I shall contact you anon. When I learned of the loss of the Isle of Val, I dared not hope that my friend had survived. Yet, by some miracle, it would seem she has. She's still to regain consciousness, it is true, but better that than death.
Beba agora, depois isso
Putting this happy news to one side, we must now endeavor to make sense of the readings taken by the survey party. It appears the etheric disturbance which accompanied the Isle's destruction is of a magnitude alarmingly close to that of Ultima. I wonder, have you heard aught from the Mother Crystal since the battle with the Garleans?
Mãe, os Final
Then she
Fantasy
speaks to
VII
neither
juntos
one of
estão a
us.
36€.
Heidelin silence portends
Hã?
naught but ill, I fear.
Mas é digital.
Pois é, só digital. A
E
versão
físico
física
está a
70 pá.
72.
E sem a produção digital está a 120. Eu nunca vi.
Nunca viste
O Twin Pack. Não, por acaso já procurámos o Twin Pack várias vezes na Vinted e nunca vimos. Só vimos os dois separados. E um a 10€, que é o primeiro, mas depois o 2 a 80.
Louis Soir, I pray you yet watch over us.
Now is the post-credit scene. Ué, não tem post-credit scene? What? Não, vai ter
Eu
mais.
vou logo assim depois do almoço. Vou logo depois do almoço, vou lá abaixo.
E aproveitas e vais comprar as tuas coisas.
Sim.
Então, como eles vendem, como é? Vendem assim e depois.
Mas este é da 4.
Sim, mas acho que isso, o update é de borla. Deixa pesquisar só porque
Pois o da 5 é mais caro.
let me see. Let me confirm. Very good, see that the provisions are
Tu
prepared.
jogaste foi o Reunion.
Eu joguei o que tu viste eu a jogar foi o Reunion, mas eu joguei o Remake 1, mas acho que ainda foi em Évora. Joguei.
Eu achava que tinha jogado aqui.
Não, Reunion eu tenho certeza que eu
jogaste,
joguei
sim.
aqui, sim.
Pronto, está na Alameda. Vamos ao autocarro, saímos na Alameda, nem que apanhemos depois o outro caso.
Hã?
Porque vamos à CX. Então não é, não? Ah, não?
A mãe está a pensar no da Vasco da Gama. Ou do Vasco da Gama.
Então estás na Alameda.
The winds are uncommon feast this day.
Na Alameda é
Não, Alameda de Reis. A loja chama-se, a loja eles dizem Alameda, que
Sim, não sais na Alameda para
é... Não, sai, eu sei onde é que é a loja, não
É
é?
depois depois do Portugal. Só que sais na paragem antes, é mesmo em frente ao lado de Portugal. Eu não sei.
Pois, eu também sei.
It's the Pope. Qual é a cena de Final Fantasy também tem vilões que são parvos?
Então podemos não ver a série.
Temos.
Não está a ver isso comigo?
Tem água. Eu tenho água depois. Sim, sim, eu. E aí, Defenders of the Earth, isso é alguma coisa. Just accept it, damage. É o quê?